About the same, how are you dealing with the process? How do you feel about all of the restrictions that are going on right now?
Well, I've been secluded since Tuesday. Initially, my school sent the kids um, to stay home, but teachers supposed to be in there, and um, they were thinking to have us the whole week, Monday through Friday, to organize everything. But I'm glad the Ministry of Education said we teachers need to be at home as well. So I've been here since Tuesday, and I've been working from home, like in the computer, teaching. But I feel super tired because, sorry, it requires more energy to be teaching in front of computer. Um,
Yeah.
that's one thing for work. For home, well, I'm been helping my daughter with no helping because very she's very independent, but making sure she's following the schedule and doing what she's supposed to do. And I went Friday afternoon, no, Thursday, to pay my utility bills and to get some stuff to eat, some groceries, and I the store was the store had like five people before me in making a line, and then I got some basic stuff. When I got out, the queue was like 20 people, and yeah, and I live in Kota, so people were not taking things seriously. But yesterday, well, for the last 3 days, truck from the mayor's office, it's been driving around with a sound explaining people the importance to be at home and not to be afraid, and no and telling people not to buy every single thing at the store, like they teaching people how to share, that they need to buy basic stuff because we all need food to eat.
Of
But when I went,
course.
yeah, but I went to the store and there was no chicken at all. It was the shells. I mean, I got everything I need but chicken. So we have eaten vegetarian for 2 days. So which is fine
Does it
because
hurt? Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe you could eat some grains. Or they also have protein. I mean, vegetable protein, probably. You're right. And so I said that you were living in Bogota. Okay, Cota is very near. I used to live in
Yes.
Suba, and it's very near.
Yeah, it's very close to Bogota. Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah, but I mean, I don't feel the difference because we live in a very quiet area, and people are usually we don't see cars nor people on the streets, but to me it's not like a big deal. But for my family, they live in Bogota, it's like, oh, this is crazy, super quiet, like nothing, nobody outside, and it's it's kind of strange.
yes. I was talking to a friend, and he told me that the streets look very sad. Like nobody there. Like everything is like stopped suddenly. Ah, okay. I think
It's
we
like,
have to. Last night there was a new resolution that we have to stay for 19 days more in our houses.
yeah,
Well, let's see. We all know that this is an international emergency, and there are some things that we need to follow in order to cope with the coronavirus. But here I have some questions. Well, first we're going to watch a video. I'm going to send you the video here in the
I'm
chat.
sorry.
So
I'm so sleepy. Okay, let me
in
or
the
use the chat through WhatsApp. I mean Skype.
in the Skype, yeah.
Okay, hold on. How do you see? Okay, I see it now. Click. Goodness. Turn subtitles on. How do I see the chat? Okay, finally. Copy. Sorry, I'm getting the volume up. Okay. Okay.
All right, perfect. So how are you doing with the with this accent? Do you prefer British or American?
That's fine for me. That's I'm used to both because I have some British coworkers, so to me it's fine.
Okay. So, uh, what are some of the information that you can gather from the video?
Well, let me think. I She was explaining the cause, um, where the virus started in China. It seems like in a market where they sell seafood, but also wild animals. And Wuhan, I don't know the name, Wuhan in China. And she was explaining that there's no way to treat it because it's a new brand virus, and also it doesn't have a name because the type is called coronavirus, but it's like the main name for a series of viruses. And
Exactly.
they don't have a cure because for viruses we don't have anything basically to treat that. We medicines treat bacteria, but no viruses. And they patients are the people that have been affected. It's been mainly people over 40 years old, and it seems like children have a better um, immune system to resist the virus, and people that are easily affected are the ones who have another health condition like cancer or other health issues. Uh, well, it didn't say the lady in the video, but I know, but because in my family there are many health professionals, that it also affects people with heart disease or high pressure, and it seems like um, it shows like flu symptoms, and then it affects, like at the beginning it's just like fever, muscle pains, difficulties to breathe, and then the patient ends in intensive care because it could cause pneumonia. And
Oh,
yeah, um, she's comparing how bad the virus is compared. I mean, she was comparing the virus, this new virus, with other pandemic situations around the world. But she said, well, I guess the video is not. How old is the video? Because she said it's not affecting many people. I guess like in a week, numbers change. Let's see the date. Oh, it was in January 23rd. Yeah, it's not updated, so that's why she's saying it was it was soft. But right now we're in a bigger crisis.
exactly.
Mhm.
We're having, well, the first question is Chinese sustainability from wild animals. Do you agree or disagree with this statement? And why?
Say it again. I didn't get it. I said China and wild animals, but that's it. I didn't hear the other part of the question.
Okay, in here I have a statement that is sustainability from wild animals from Chinese population. So, do you agree or disagree with this statement?
I don't get the word because I don't. It breaks like something Chinese, blah blah blah. Do you agree or not agree? Sorry, I hear you broken.
Do you agree? do you agree with Chinese people selling wild animals to the population, or you are in disagreement?
Well, as far as I know, Chinese people eat everything that moves and is alive, everything but humans. Um, I don't disagree because that's cultural. You cannot judge a culture, and the easiest thing is to point at them like, "Oh, it's your fault." I do disagree with the sanitary conditions they have because I know they're not the cleanest people in the world. But I mean, it's their business. Whatever they eat, I mean, basically, I don't care. But I do care that they are not clean people because it is affecting us.
Exactly. Well, actually, Chinese people sustainability has been for over 2 decades now, and their main coming economy is based on selling wild animals. But they
Oh,
have been restricted throughout the time, so many times. But they always come back to selling wild animals to the population. These animals are actually very expensive, but they're consumed by most of the um, sociable, sustainable type of population, so they can buy it in a very high price. And they restricted that back on 1980s, but they set it back because it was a huge um, economy resource. But they had created many diseases because of selling these wild animals. They went back, but you see the problem that we're having now. I'm also agreeing with you because I'm disagreeing with this. They should stop this type of economic resource.
yeah, yeah. I had
Let's
a friend.
go.
I had a friend that he his uncle used to fix um, fridge, and he was an expert in air conditioner and fridges, but in an industrial level. And he told me recently, like in December, he told me, oh, I was talking that there are so many Japanese restaurants in Kota, and he
Oh,
said, I don't like Asian food. I was like, why? He's like, oh, because when I was in college, I used to work with my uncle, helping him in maintenance with. We visited many restaurants in Neiba. He's from Neiba, and he told me that
mhm.
one day his uncle found behind the fridge chicken that it was there at least for a week. It was like
Oh,
like in bad shape, and it was smelling, and it was the most expensive and biggest restaurant in Chinese restaurant in Neiba. So and his uncle put on some gloves, and he told the owner, look, this is like for garbage. And the kitchen lady was taking the chicken to the garbage, and the Chinese guy took it, like snatch it from her hands and throw it inside the pot, the cooking pot. Like, no, no, no,
yeah.
that's good food. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
so my going back to my friend's story, he was like, that's what I like. I don't like Asian food because if the owner is for real Asian, uh, it's gonna be bad food. So and I was telling him no because that's Chinese food, that's not Japanese food. So we was
Uh-huh.
funny because we were having a discussion about the cleaning conditions of Japanese and Chinese restaurants. So
But Japanese restaurants are cleaner, right?
yes, and there's a guy here in Kota that opened a big Japanese restaurant. He's from Japan, and they like to be like ambassadors of their culture. and he the other restaurants that are here in Kota have been opened by his previous employees. He doesn't care they do that. Actually, he helps them to open their own restaurants, and it's a different mindset. It's like, hey, if I'm good, I want others to progress, and he has
Mhm.
taught them everything about the business, and food is delicious and is very affordable. Like we eat,
Nice.
like the three of us, my daughter, my husband, and I, we eat, and we eat like rice, and then a tray with 12 samples of sushi just for 60,000 pesos. So if you eat the same in Bogota,
Really?
it's not 60,000 pesos. That's more money.
No, it's more, yeah, and for everybody. How many of you are there?
No,
How
we
many
get
members?
in my family 3 people. So for
Yeah, 20.
60,000, we can eat, 12 pieces of sushi. 12, yes, 12 or 10, don't remember. And then a
Then
big
rolls.
plate with rice. So basically, we split it into the three, and everyone gets sushi and rice, and it's 60,000
Oh,
pesos. It's not even
yeah.
60, it's like 57,000 or 54, something like that. So, yeah.
Okay, it's great, very convenient. Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely prefer Japanese food than Chinese one.
Yeah, has tons of veggies and seafood.
Exactly. Well, the next question is related with the policies that Colombia has right now over the coronavirus. Do you agree or disagree with this one? So the first one is foreign restriction for coming to Colombia, and the second is people being at home. Are you in agreement or disagreement, and why?
Did you say foreigners? I didn't get you.
Yes,
Okay.
the
Uh,
foreigners restriction.
yeah, I agree with that because um, that's the way the virus came to Colombia through a lady that uh, flew from Italy. And yes, that's a way to stop the virus coming to Colombia. And well, coming back and forth. And the second
Exactly.
question was if I agree
People
with
being
being at home. Yeah,
uh-huh.
I think seclusion is the best way to stop the virus. But here's my concern that maybe stores or supermarkets can be, can raise the prices. And also because some people, the economy is not the same thing in Colombia like in other countries. And many people don't have enough money for buying like a big uh, like buying produce like in bulk. And many people are get paid here in Colombia like weekly, like the construction workers, maids, and or the people that have like informal jobs, like those who sell on the streets, and which are like, I don't know how many people, but at least 40% of
Yeah.
the Colombian population don't have like like a regular job. So my I think it's a great idea to do that, but the government cannot say, "Oh, do it at your own," because what about those people? They're not gonna have money to buy groceries. So they need to, one solution is like one side, okay, and doing this, you need to be home. But how are you gonna support people? Because, well, if they don't have money, okay, so they need to help the the consumers to get food somehow, and watch that the supermarkets don't raise the prices. Sorry, because right now, like at least here in Kota, if you're going to buy a mask to cover your face, it used to be like 1,000 pesos. Now it's 2,500. So people is, raising the prices without any control.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. So now in here, we're going to learn how to describe a graphic. You're going to describe this graphic, but I'm going to explain something before. So every time that you're going to describe a graph, you have to start with an introduction. You can say the bar chart illustrates or the graphic shows, and then you start describing what is actually showing. So
Okay.
in this case, what do you think this graphic is describing?
I don't see the graphic.
Am I sharing the screen? Yes.
No. Mm-mm.
Let me see. The graphic is in the presentation.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me send you the graphic in an image. Send it here. So, where is it? So I just send you the graphic on the conversational box.
Okay. It says, what is this? Like number of people affected by coronavirus?
Exactly. Over.
Okay. So, sorry, I didn't sleep well last night. Okay, Colombia has 45. Okay, this is Italy, 50. Spain, 45. Japan, 50. South Korea, 50. France, 10. Wow, I'm surprised that French people don't have the virus. Just few people. Okay, in this graphic, you can see a con a graphic. In this graphic, you can see the amount of people affected by the virus. Um, it compares 5 countries, and I can tell in Korea and Italy, well, also, no, in Asia, like Korea and Japan are the countries that have more people affected by the COVID-19. And then it surprises me that French people just have France have just few cases. Maybe we should ask French people what they are doing to prevent
Yeah.
contamination.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, we can say the first part of the description of the graph would be the bar chart illustrates the number of cases of coronavirus cases over the days compared to other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say it can be seen that the number of coronavirus cases in Colombia has been increasing notoriously compared to other countries. That could be the first part. The words that you can use to describe a graph are raise, increase, grow, go up, and to describe that you see an increase in the graph. But if you see that the graph line is going down, you can say it collapsed, it plugged, it pumped, it crushed. And if it's the same, like it keeps the same level as it happened to France, I think, you can say no change, remains steady, stay constant. And some of the adjectives I could also use are sharp, rapid, huge, dramatic. I think it's also in the presentation. I don't know if you're able to see it.
No,
And
no. And
no,
I
okay.
didn't hear what you said about France.
Yes. And the adverbs you can use is dramatically, rapidly. So
Okay. Dramatic.
I'm going to send you the words and I want you to describe the graphic using the vocabulary.
Okay.
Let me just copy it. Right. So here it is. So now you're going to give me the description using the vocabulary.
Okay. Verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Okay. Let me open a second window so I can see the graphic on the other side. Oh, how can I do this? Let me use a snipping tool because I don't know. Snipping tool. Because there's no way I can have both open. Okay. Then I have here the graphic. Oh, goodness. And then I can have, hold on, let me save it. Graphic. And then I can have the vocabulary you want me to use. Graphic. Oh, goodness. Okay, now I can see both.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, according to the graphic, the number of people affected in Colombia had increased rapidly because at the beginning the government didn't take all the measurements needed, and the number of people in France, it is insignificant because well, it's not slightly, it's considerable insignificant because or had decreased because I guess they are taking they are doing what they're supposed to do to prevent the virus to spread out. In Italy, I think it climbed up super fast because people, where is Italy? Yellow.
Yes.
I had a friend that lives in there and she says that they didn't take it seriously. So sometimes we complain about our culture not taking seriously some stuff,
Yeah.
but you know, I guess it's the same Latino culture. Like it was like a joke, and people didn't believe that it was serious. And in Spain, I know because we have family in Spain as well that uh, it's leveling up also because the same reason. They thought that was just a simple flu, and people didn't believe that the virus was something serious. I guess in Korea, it remains stable. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. the cases had not raised considerably because I know that they are, they're very cautious, and culturally they are uh, taking the steps they need to do. They are more conscious, more aware of what they need to do. In what is the one that was low, 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 and then raise up? It was, I guess this was Spain.
So it is Spain, yes.
Spain, yeah, Spain was like stable. Oh, I don't have the vocabulary. Okay, here. I click in something and I miss it. Oh, okay, here you go. It was like minimal, but now it seems like recently it suddenly increased because, as I said, people didn't pay attention to that. I don't see any numbers dropping because uh, everyone is like getting more cases and cases. Or
Exactly. So everybody's going up.
yeah, nobody is. The numbers are not crashing. It's like increasing, increasing, growing, growing, uh, considerably growing, or significantly growing. Okay.
Growing, exactly.
Yeah, and it's not
Great.
slow. It's not slowly. I
No.
mean, the numbers are like growing up so fast. Like, I mean, you don't see a decrease, or the numbers are not declining, are like climbing. The opposite is like steady up. That's
Exactly.
scary. That's
For
scary.
example, we were having some hopes over Italy, but it was crazy the how they increased the amount of cases from one day to another.
Yeah. One of my best friends is living in, well, not one of my best friends. One of my friends is living in Italy because her husband works for the American embassy, and she posts in on her Facebook the that everyone, like, she was like giving people a lesson, like how Italians are willing to share groceries and to be nice with each other without uh, I mean, she said she waited for uh, 1 hour and a half to be inside the grocery store, and everyone was like 1 meter behind the other, 1 meter
Oh,
distance. And then
yes.
she said that she was grateful for the employees. Okay, I just opened the page and I'm gonna read you what she says.
Okay, okay.
Dear America, how are you? Are you feeling a bit anxious? I understand. This is a strange time. Information is plentiful and it's not all true. It is also not all untrue. I keep reading the news from my beautiful home country, and quite frankly, I'm alarmed. I see Facebook posts of hysteria with photos of empty shelves and the toilet paper memes. I'm so tired of the toilet paper memes. Are you people seriously hoarding toilet paper, or worse yet, selling it on eBay? Here in Italy, where the North has run out of ICU beds, and we are actually all in the red zone and under quarantine. Life seems to be much more civilized. So I thought I'd tell you about my trip to the grocery store, and maybe we can try to follow the example of the Italians. The line was long, it looped around and seemed distressing at first sight. It took me 45 minutes to get into the grocery store, But let's be honest, I waited longer to get into Target on a Black Friday. Everyone was calm. The shopping carts provided a convenient 1 meter barrier between each person. No one complained. It was quiet, eerily quiet in a country known for passionate arbors and an adversity to lines. They were all patient. They were all kind. No one yelled at the employees. There was a sense of somber compliance. The grocery store well stocked. Every variety of fruit or vegetable my heart could desire was readily available and being restocked by dedicated employees in face masks and gloves. I found no empty shelves. There were soaps readily available, and the toilet paper was even on sale. I couldn't help but feel proud of this country that I've been privileged to call home for 3 years now. The grocery store workers hid their faces behind masks, but their eyes still showed kindness and pride. In a time when they could be afraid to serve the public, they calmly carried on. Their job is not glamorous, but it's important. Um, I said to the man behind the register, Grazie per suo lavoro. He just nodded and went back to work, and I left feeling grateful. And she posts some pictures. So my
Oh,
friends are
no.
posting like, thank you, Lisa. We do need to read this.
Yes. I think that if people were like following the instructions, we wouldn't be doing this quarantena thing. I mean, sometimes we have to get to extremes to understand the situation.
Yes.
But it was very nice, that post.
Yeah. Was I've been sharing her post with everyone. It's like, oh goodness.
And do
So
you have the
true.
pictures?
What?
Do you have the pictures that she posted?
Yeah. Let me show you my. Can I share my
Yeah.
screen through Skype? I didn't know. Let me see if I can find how to do this. Close this one. Uh, I know how to do this in Zoom, but I don't know how to do it
And
on.
the Skype is next to the hangout button, the red button is the next one, the one that has two squares.
The one that have two squares. Shared screen.
Yes.
Okay, you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, here is the screen. That's her post. I don't know why my Facebook is black. I think it's the latest thing. Okay, let me make them bigger. Look, see, they use the cards to keep the distance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And all the things. They know.
Yeah, look at her cart is full of products and
Yeah.
toilet paper.
And everything. Meat, vegetables, fruits.
Yes, yes. So all our friends are posting things, and then the latest, she is like, she's a teacher. That's why she's describing everything so well. The words she used, like
Yeah.
hysteria, like I do that when I write, because I do the same thing in Spanish. I pay attention what I see, what I say. So this huge puzzle was made by the kids because they need to be busy. And then it's Andrew's birthday, and she says they have lived in many countries around the world. Like when the first kid was 10 years old, the husband was in Afghanistan. The second one, they were moving out of Bogota. And now in the third 10 years, they are in quarantine in Italy. And now she
Nice.
posts this video, the kids They look very close to the embassy, and they are like, this is when you need to exercise your dog and your kids. Like,
Yes.
let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay. Just
Oh. So they can just go out and everything.
yeah. Okay, she has another video, but that's old. Okay, so that's life in Italy. Oh goodness. Sorry, I don't know how to stop this.
I know.
Okay, back to okay. So that's life. Families posting things about being at home. How do I stop sharing the screen with you? Okay, I guess I click the same. Okay,
Yes.
now.
Yes. Yes.
Now I'm gonna show
Okay,
you.
perfect. So I can
Let me
tell me.
show you something we're doing with my coworkers and with my church. It is a like sayings from Colombia. Oh, okay. So, and I was teasing my friends like, okay, we have until Tuesday to know to. Okay, so I will share with you this also again. Oh my God, how you do this? Share a screen. Okay. So here we have, I'm gonna send you this through website. I'm gonna challenge you to do the
Okay.
same thing. Look, sayings, okay, it says no more coronavirus. This is a didactic exercise for your brain. And they say the first one, it is a caballo regalado no se le miran los dientes.
Yes.
So
That's very
you
nice.
put, yes. So I'm gonna send you this and you can play with your friends or family.
Yeah,
This one
it's a good idea.
is like uh, más vale pájaro en mano que 100 volando.
Uh-huh.
So so we have a contest with my church group to see who's gonna get more saints.
Oh, great. Yeah, we need more things like that. The news are like very sometimes negative and okay, they say they're true, but sometimes they say things that are not real. With the bad information spread.
Yeah, and like so many things on the news that you don't know what to believe. It's like, again, one more thing.
Mm,
And yesterday I watched a video from Tech Talks. Have you watched Tech Talk? TED Talks?
yes, I love tech.
I love
Yes.
Tech Talks. And they were presenting Bill Gates uh, video from 4 years ago. Um, theater movie. And they were and looking for the video, so I can send you the link. They said that he was like foretelling about the virus 4 years ago. That he said that so much technology we have, but if we have pandemia, we're not gonna be able to control it. It was a video from 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I'm looking for
Oh,
the link. Yeah, like he
the
said it, like
Stranger
very
Things.
clear. We have all kind of technology, but what about the next virus? Are we ready to fight that? And he explains like with statistics and real things, but I don't see it. Oh, goodness. I see this saying over and over. Hold on.
Yeah,
was-
maybe if you can send it to me in WhatsApp and with the other thing that you were telling me.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will.
The same. Okay, I think that for today we are finished. Um, I hope you can have a relaxing time this weekend. And we also have class tomorrow. So we're going to talk about non-native teachers and native teachers. So your opinion about that specific statement. So
So
maybe you
say it again. We're
can
gonna talk about what? Native
about native
teachers.
and non-native teachers.
Okay. Yeah. I have a very interesting opinion about that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
I
okay.
hope you have a great weekend. Okay,
You
see you
too,
tomorrow.
Xiomara. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.